Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to another episode of The Session with your boy King, man. If you like what you see today, don't forget to like and subscribe. But welcome back, man. Welcome back, man. This is the first podcast of the year, and I am so blessed and grateful to be here. Thank you guys for joining me. We're gonna get right into it. As you can see from the cover art, man, it's over. It's over, it's over, it's over. My Green Bay Packers, man, they blew it. They blew it. So we're gonna talk about it today. We're gonna get right into it. But I got some announcements, man. I got something special for y'all because I've been working on this for a while, right? And it's small, but it's big to me. We've expanded a little bit, y'all, because I told y'all I got more shows coming for the channel, but I had to figure out a way to upgrade. You know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all like what I got going on back here. I've heard what you said. You know what I'm saying? Rita, she back there chilling. You know what I'm saying? I keep her dusted. She keep clean. You know what I'm saying? Goku, he doing his thing back there. But I had to get y'all a whole nother angle. You know what I'm saying? I had to reach in my bag and pull out my camera and get y'all a whole nother angle. So, welcome, man. Welcome to the next shot. You know what I'm saying? Because let me fix it a little bit here. There we go. Actually, I don't need that. There we go. There we go. Now you see how handsome your boy get from a side profile. Oh, I like that. But yeah, we had to go ahead and upgrade, man. We had to get you to a whole nother angle. Just because, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like this, what y'all asked for. She's like, I don't even know who the. I got the angles. I got the angles. I got bam. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. And then I'm here. See, I like that. And this is what I was working for. You know what I'm saying? This is what I was working towards. It's it's not big, but it's big. So it'll be all right. Y'all, I'm gonna get through my excitement. I'm gonna shake the jitters off. We're gonna get back to business. But just know your boy is elevating. So, like we said, man, I said it before too. I said it in the movie time. But I really want to get into these giveaways, right? Because I feel like I have so much. I have so much. It is not even fair. Like how much I've been blessed as soon as I got into trying to do, you know what I'm saying, what I've been doing with the movie reviews, with the tech stuff. Like it's really been a blessing. So what I said I'm gonna do, and I want y'all to hold me accountable. I am top of the year, January, first podcast of the year. I'm announcing it. I am having a monthly giveaway. But it's only gonna be structured by my subscribers, right? Because I do see, I check my analytics. A lot of y'all be watching, but y'all ain't subscribing. So I'm imploring you guys. I need y'all to subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. If you check this out, man, listen, I have pops for you. I have cameras for you. I got a gaming console for you. Like I literally have so many giveaways to give away, but I'm only at like 150, 140 some subscribers, and I need to get that up, right? So in order to make this go right, if you're watching this and you just like, yo, I ain't subscribed, subscribe. Just go ahead and subscribe. We're gonna continue the subscribe drive all year long. And I'm gonna do it as a way to give away some of this stuff. So I can't I mean, I'm wrecking my brain about what will be the first giveaway. If you have ideas, if it's something that you see and you like, yo, I really like one of your pops back there, you know what I'm saying? Give just hey, besides Bruce Leroy, I am fully okay with giving up a few of these, you know, of my friends. I'm definitely okay with it. You know, as long as they go to a good home. But we're gonna start it there. We're gonna start with some pops because I know you know Funko's going through it, and I want your opinion of what you want out of this room. But that's gonna be the giveaway. So main topic today to start off a bevy because we have a bunch of things to get into. Let's talk about this last Packers Bears game, right? It was a lot going on. You know, we had a lot going on. I think I think honestly, the Packers played themselves. And this is coming from a Packer fan. Like, let's be fair. Start this off. I'm a Packer fan. I do respect other NFL teams, and I didn't start off a Packer fan. I started off a Lions fan, as a kid. But as a Packer fan, as a current Packer fan, I have to acknowledge the elephant in the room, and that's that our defense is ass. Excuse my French. Our defense is terrible. Oh, here we go. Our defense. Let me see if this works. Ass. Just can't be said any better. And I have to I have to be realistic about where we go from here because it's not like we're gonna go into the draft and grab a middle linebacker or DN to help because we got Micah Parsons. He is hurt. And he was being an effective guy on our defense, but we need more than that. You can't be dependent on just Micah Parsons. And I think that's where we messed up at. Like that's where the Packers have to get their lives together because it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's very different. When you have an offense that can produce, but a defense who can't stop a nosebleed. And don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna act like our offense was the greatest. Our offense was mediocre. Couldn't get it up on the second half. First half they had their ducks in a row. They were definitely moving downfield. They controlled the game. Second half they just were stagnant. You know what I mean? Just very stagnant. And that's their fault. That's partially coach's fault, special teams' fault, missing kicks, just a whole bunch of a bevy of issues that don't make sense. That didn't make sense, and there's nothing you can tell me that's gonna be like, yo, it was a good game, good coaching, no good effort. Second half, poor effort. Second half was just they were there. They were trying to manage the game. They were trying to squeak by, and that's a Matt LaFleur type of thing. And I'll never go for it. You will never tell me that that's good coaching. And I feel like that is the problem. A lot of people have given this dude so much leeway and said, "Oh, he's a good coach. He's a good coach. He deserves an extension." He don't. I just he don't. He don't. You can F all that. F all that. He doesn't. So I got that off my chest. I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna give the Bears their respect. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it, and I'm not saying it to be fake. The Bears did a great job against the Packers this year. They beat us twice. Do I believe that the Bears will go forward and beat the Rams and go to the Super Bowl? Maybe. Do I think they'll win the Super Bowl? No. One, Ben Johnson is a good schemes coach, but they win a lot on luck. They win a lot in the second half, and it's like a rev up offense. And I've seen that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that before, and it makes sense for some people, but it's not gonna work every time. And it's not gonna work for coaches who know better. And I think that's the problem. Our coach just didn't know better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give them their just dues. Y'all deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to you. You won. But that shit ain't gonna last. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna last. I'm sorry. You're not gonna be able to pull the wool over people's heads to get to the Super Bowl with a deficient defense and an offense that can score but is really one dimensional. Or really, you know what? I'll take this back. You're not one dimensional because you do have Swift. He is a great running back, very shifty, very shifty. But then you also have one receiver who you can kind of count on. But that's the problem. If you stop those two, everything else kind of falls apart. And Caleb, he can move, he can get out, but he takes too many risks. So a good defense will destroy that. And that's my only thing. That's why I think it's gonna fall apart. Once we start looking Deeper into it, that's where it's gonna fall apart. You're not gonna be able to maintain. You're not gonna be able to keep up that consistency of scoring and stops when it comes to a really good team. The Packers are a decent team, but our defense is trash. Our middle is so open. It's like a 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, there's no way you can consistently hold that down. You cannot keep that type of stuff going. There's no way. There's no offensive mind guru who is going to be able to take a defense who can't stop anybody and an offense who is so predictable and be like, yo, I can change this without changing the head coach, without changing the play callers, without changing, the people in charge of this setup, because that's the problem. It's so obvious what we're doing every time. Oh, we need somebody to score, Christian Watson, if we're in the goal line. Oh, we need somebody in the middle of the field. We're gonna either run it to nowhere, or we're going for corner out to Dobbs. That's it. That's all we got. We're not using Golden. We're not using our tight ends. We're not using the plethora of other receivers that he has at his disposal. All right, that's the one thing I'll say. Jordan Love got to stop with this favoritism stuff. That whole, oh man, I'm so used to this person, I'm used to that person. You got to stop that. That's not working. It's just not working for you. So until he can figure that out, we're always going to be at this position where we're dependent on Jordan Love's arm and Matt LaFleur's creativity instead of a system of plays and misdirections that just work. It's always going to be some trickery. It's always going to be what can they get, what can they do today? What can he do now that we just haven't seen him do proficiently? And I'm really tired of depending on hope and luck when it comes to Jordan Love. So we'll see. And don't get me wrong, I ain't even bring up Malik Willis. Didn't even bring him up. So it has nothing to do with this one. This is solely players of the Bears Packers game that we just watched this last week. So we're gonna move on from that because we talked about it, and the rivalry is renewed, and there's nothing else we can talk about. But what came out of this, Packers picked up Trayvon Diggs, his brother Stefan. They both had a rough month. They both had a rough couple weeks. So if you didn't hear, Trayvon Diggs was released from the Cowboys. Let him go. Right, kicked up out of there because they had a game Christmas, which they don't normally have games, and he asked if it was against the Commanders in DC, and he asked if he could stay. His family, they're from DC, they live in DC, so he was going to fly back to Dallas and then fly right back to DC anyway. The team told him no, and I could think of a few reasons probably why. Just kind of being petty. He hasn't really been performing for them this year. It was all kind of tweets and messages put out, how he just wasn't feeling the Cowboys and that he missed his boy Micah Parsons. Do I believe that this was a setup to get sent to Green Bay? Probably not. I don't think that that's what it was. I really believe, he probably wanted to wait till the offseason to get a trade done or just sign with somebody else, probably play out his contract. And that was the thing too. I never looked up the stipulations of his contract in order to even see what was going on. But for them to let him go, it had to have been, nothing too deep. But anywho, Packers signed him, right? So Packers signed him. We'll see how he pans out next year because I don't think he played this last game. And if he did, he probably wouldn't have been well. But Stefon Diggs, he was arrested. What was that? The same week. Yeah, same week. So he's arrested for battery or assault of his chef. That he allegedly did not pay. And when she came to ask him about the money, he choked her up. You know what I'm saying? Choked her up. And that's the allegation that, landed him in jail. And I'm pretty sure he's, bailed out playing, no issues. But he has that lawsuit against him. And I believe the lawsuit is not criminal, but pretty much just for the money. So civil, civil. Now, and let's be fair. I'm not going to drag Stephon Diggs through the mud. I will say this. I think a lot of football players have medical like mental issues from over the time of playing the game as well as dealing with the culture of the game. So, yes, I think he's guilty. I do believe he needs to go to jail, which he did. I believe he needs to pay restitution and pay his chef and just pay for your mistakes. So, also the reason why I have to give him not grace, but a little understanding is the man just had three babies. He just had three babies, one by Cardi B, and then two by two other women. And allegedly, he had to spend, or he didn't have to, but he decided to spend Christmas with the other two babies instead of his baby with Cardi B. And it was all over some argument, whatnot, that went back and forth over the whole Offset legally that being his child because they're still married. And I guess the way it works out, wherever they are, if you're married, only your husband can sign that birth certificate. And it's not, and Stephon Diggs can't, and he couldn't. So in his mind, I guess, and this is allegedly, this is all allegedly, this is what TMZ's putting out, this is the story that's in the streets. So I think he just had a rough couple weeks, right? Rough few weeks, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of the game. But that's crazy. If it is, man, that's crazy. And, decisions should have been made better. People got to think better because when it comes to kids and it comes to spend their holidays without their loved ones, but at the same time, anger is anger. And, some people just don't know how to deal with the, just with all that can come with it. You know what I'm saying? All that comes with being a parent. And part of it, I hate to say, part of it is co-parenting. Co-parenting and the laws, the rules. Like, I'm going to be so fair with you. In my time of, what I'm saying, just being a parent, I have come across so many situations and so many like things where it was like, man, this would drive a normal person crazy. And I can get it. I get it, man. Like, you so worried about your child, you so worried about your career, you so worried about your livelihood and just everything that's going on, but at the same time, you have to maintain somehow. You know what I mean? Like, we have to keep ourselves afloat, and that's not always easy. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely get it. But I also think they got to make better life decisions. You know what I'm saying? Just as adults, as responsible people doing what they got to do. Him and Cardi B, y'all both have to make better life decisions because kids don't deserve the blowback. They don't deserve it. They're going to go to school and have to deal with this forever. Once it hits the internet, it's here forever. And yes, as adults, we can act like, oh, no, man, it's not that big of a deal. But it's that big of a deal. It's definitely that big of a deal, especially for them in this climate of they can always pull up a video and laugh in your face. So, Stephon, Trayvon, man, look, I pray for y'all, man. I hope that they have a better 2026 than they had in 2025. All right, what's next on the docket? Oh, perfect time. Talk about my Bucks, bruh. So, unfortunately, there's been some incidents with these Bucks. My boy Giannis, man, he got into it with the fans. Yesterday, and it didn't seem like it was pretty. It kind of seemed like, we had some issues. So he was booed. Matter of fact, let's go to the, what I'm saying, and take a look. Oh, boom, there we go. Man, it's so upsetting. Let's see.
Seven. Count the bucket. A tough two to get. Seven. Count the bucket.
All right, man. So as you can see, Bucks was down big. They was down 30. 31 in the third, and yeah, they had actually booed. They actually booed the Bucks. Uh, man, right? You know, kind of rightfully so. And I'm gonna keep it real. I think that's one thing about the NBA, and like it's starting to wake up. They're starting to be, a little bit more. Uh, and when I say the NBA, I mean the players. The players are starting to be a little bit more aware of their surroundings, what's going on. But I also think, uh, I also think that when it comes down to your feelings and how shit is going, hey man, don't be letting nobody hold you. Don't let nobody hold you, Giannis. I promise you this. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. I've seen how fans treat players. I've seen, what's going on. I don't blame a player for using that as motivation. And he said it in his interview after the fact. Hey, bro, I've been booed on the road, and that's how I, respond. So I'm not gonna do nothing different. You know what I'm saying? Than what's going on right now. Like it is what it is. Y'all booing me. We just gonna have to go back and forth. Uh, but I will say that we do need to do something to help Giannis. We do need to have some type of something going on because what are we doing? Like Giannis doesn't deserve this. You know what I'm saying? In real reality, Giannis doesn't deserve this. Like Giannis deserves the opportunity to have, a good team around him, a motivated team. Now, I'll say this. Recently, you know what I'm saying? So with all the stuff in the news, with everything that's going on, I definitely get it. You know what I'm saying? It is not easy for anyone to watch their team or watch their opportunities just get wasted. You know what I'm saying? Just be wasted away. Ain't nobody gonna help. Nobody gonna come and nobody gonna sign up and be like, yo, I got you. So I get that. But at the same time, man, as a organization, y'all have to understand people do not play like that. You know what I'm saying? People don't play like that. So Giannis ain't gonna play like that. But hopefully, this will be a wake up call to the rest of the guys, and you know what I'm saying? They can get their stuff together because that's what we need. We need Giannis. We need them to get their stuff together. Shit. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Speaking of nobody's coming to help, there was a rumor that Trey Young was supposed to be on that docket of people that they wanted to trade for like Bobby Portis, KJ. I think it was like KPJ and a 2032 pick, something like that. And in my opinion, that would have been the dumbest acquisition I've ever seen in my life, especially coming for a team that just doesn't need that. Giannis plays point, they do well. You don't need a short guy who's a defensive liability. You need somebody else that can pick up the 3-and-D mantle. And I think that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? We're not focusing on that when it comes to those Bucks. They also were looking at Ja Morant, I heard, but issues with Ja Morant. He getting into it with, his own teammates, and they aren't, you know what I'm saying? They acting like they ready to fight. Let's see, man, because that's one thing I don't deal with. Like, I couldn't see myself. Let's see if we can find a short. There we go.
Ничего себе. Ничего себе. Да, контент.
I don't care who you are. I don't care how athletic you used to be. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that. That's just unnecessary. And you're not bringing any energy or wins to the game. You know what I'm saying? You're bringing animosity to the game, and that's whack. And it is just not something that we need. So, in my opinion, that would have been a bad idea. trades in general, I don't think they need to. I mean, stop. First of all, stop trying to assume you're going to trade Giannis. That's the first thing we need to do. The first thing we need to do is decide where where we need to advance at. Who do we need in that place? And then secondly, we just need to go ahead and go for it. Like I'm tired of the narrative. I'm tired of them acting like they don't know what they want to do. I know the ownership just changed over, but you got to know what you want to do. You got to know what changes need to be made and how to make said changes so that the organization stays up. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah, you had years of losing, but unfortunately, man, you've been a winning organization for a little bit now, as far as after your championship and making the playoffs and trying to go deep in the playoffs. Now you need to act like it. You know what I'm saying? Stick to your guns. Don't listen to ESPN. Don't listen to the rest of these bums who tell you what you're a small market. You are what you are. You're an NBA team, so you need to act like it and make your adjustments and do what you need to do. Oh, matter of fact, you know what, man? Let me see. Let me check this first before I get to keep going. Let me find because I gotta share this link first. Bro, that's crazy. Here we go. I know this is gonna seem like there's a part where you're like, why the fuck is he just sitting here quiet? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to share my link. And the old tube of you ain't trying to give it to me, but we just got it. Oh yeah. So back to the docket. We talking NBA news for a little bit. Your boy Luka looks like Dennis Schroeder and Luka got into it, and they actually went to the back. It actually led to the back. Now allegedly, Luka called him, the B word, and you know where we come from. Being called a ain't what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because that B word can take a person out. So allegedly, Luka called him a B, and Dennis Schroeder decided he ain't going. You know what I'm saying? He also told him, allegedly, that you should have signed that contract, and that was alluding to it was like an 82 or 89 million dollar contract that he passed up on. He kind of just decided to bet on himself, and he thought he would get a max deal somewhere else. And the Lakers was like, "Why? Like you could play with us. Come play with us. Play with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? We had moves in, and he didn't. He didn't. So that transpired. It messed him up. Kind of set his career back a little bit, and he was salty. So I guess allegedly he decided after the game, man, he ain't going. You know what I'm saying? It was gonna be a problem, and he tried to swing. They said he swung. I think he missed, and I guess he tried to slap him. Or I don't know if he did slap him or if he tried to slap him. If y'all do know, somebody let me know. But either way, ain't no way Dennis Schroeder is, I think, running up on Luka. But Luka is kind of out of shape. Luka is kind of slow. He's strong. He got that weight. But, hey, I applaud you for trying, bro. Don't ever let nobody hold you. Ever. You gotta show them. Sometimes you gotta let them know I ain't with that. But yeah, that was allegedly what happened there. Also, in the same breath, LeBron was getting hate, man, for being 42, like 41 years old. Like LeBron is still getting hate when he doesn't score 40 points or put up, 15 rebounds and 10 blocks. Like, what are we talking about here? Can we get to a point where credit is given before someone dies? Or do we always just have to hate? Because it just doesn't make sense. And I'm not going to spend all day on it because people know I'm a LeBron fan. But I'm not going to go for this. We're going to have to stop this. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to stop this hate. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't deserve this. What did LeBron do to you, ESPN? What did he do to you, Paul Pierce? KG? What did he do to you? Nothing. But you pay him back with disrespect every chance you get. It just doesn't make sense. Stop it. You need help. Y'all need to get y'all lives together. Cause he's greatness. For the sport, for the teams, for the NBA as a whole, for ESPN, for everything. Y'all forget where sports was. When everybody was drunk or doing drugs or drinking during the game, Vlade Divac smoking cigarettes in the locker room, and you got the audacity to hate on LeBron James because he has Taco Tuesdays and he drinks wine. Now come on, y'all. Grow up. Get your lives together. But I digress. So, we had another issue. Let me see if I can find this. This weird guy that really nobody likes. And you know what? I'm going to take this time because at first, I really didn't want to give this dude too much pub. Because he's like a weird, he's like a weird guy. And he was just let go of Fox News. Is it Sam Acho? Oh, no, Emmanuel Acho. That's who it is. Emmanuel Acho had the audacity, the unmitigated gall to be talking crazy. Let me see if I can get it. Because I really don't want to give this man too much. But he definitely has to be, this has to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? It has to be. Because at some point, bro, all right. So Emmanuel Acho used to be on ESPN. Then he went to Fox because he's a horrible news consultant, caster, whatever you want to call it, right? Horrible at this. He's just not good. And the Ravens fired their head coach, John Harbaugh, the other day. And, Shannon Sharp used to be a Raven after he was a Bronco for a few seasons. And, I think he thought that he was getting off with something. You know what I'm saying? He thought he was getting off with something because at that time they were recording. Nightcap had not been on that day. And they were just like, what's up? So let me play you the clip that I saw that really burned me, pissed me off. And I just feel like it needs to kind of be saw, man. Like, dude is a real weirdo. Same person.
This is an inclusive show.
Absolutely.
Accountability.
Absolutely.
Responsibility. And reliability. There's another show that used to come on at night. I don't know if they still do because they're not on right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know what I mean? All cap, no night.
Oh.
So, like, there's another show that used to come on at night.
Okay, so we got to talk about Emmanuel Acho.
All right. And shout out to Self Talk. I have actually watched a few of his videos. He definitely be coming with some insight, you know what I'm saying? But it burned me. It burned me a little bit. And I'm a reason why I'm going to tell you why it burned me a little bit. Because Emmanuel Acho has been kind of known for being whack. Attacking black women, attacking black people in general. This is the same guy who tried to play the whole racism doesn't exist card. He was the guy who had an uncomfortable conversation with police back when we had our when there was riots and there were George Floyd was killed. He was the guy trying to advocate for the police. He was the guy trying to. That's why he got over to Fox News. But he was also the guy in the Joy Taylor scandal where he was one of the people supposedly in the midst of her love triangle, having sex with her. So I'm going to show y'all what was going down at the same time that he, was saying that weird stuff, right? Because it just doesn't make sense. Like, why would you feel the need? But they were actually celebrating signing a $20 million deal
Thank you.
for the podcast.
Damn, it ain't working, bro.
And they were doing a red carpet.
Y'all got another marketer.
I believe the Netflix deal.
Thank you so much.
The podcast to Netflix.
I got you.
Thank you.
So they're doing this, and he's back there just hating.
There you
know
go.
what I'm saying? He's just back there hating.
I got you.
And I really
Yes.
like this. I feel like in my spirit, bro, that it was unnecessary, uncalled for, because let me see something. What is supposedly it's January 16th. They're debuting on Netflix. And that's dope. That's dope, man. I am all for it. Damn, 20 mil. I need 20 mil. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Congratulations to Nightcap. It is one of my favorite pastime shows. I definitely like watching it. I definitely like, what they talk about. But yeah. So man, it's crazy. So let me get my words together. So you get a chance to celebrate a $20 million deal with Netflix that you're a part of. Because I want to report this correctly. I want to say this correctly. You get a chance to you get a chance to go run the red carpet, get all dressed up, look nice. You and your crew, you and your team are celebrating. And the whole time this jealous dude is back here hating because they're not on part of it. Bro, you. For real. Emmanuel Acho. You deserve nothing. You are a hater. You're a hater. And I really can't stand you at all. And I pray that you never make it, bro. And the only reason why I'm even trying to use the is because I don't want to get demonetized when these videos, start popping later. But you a mog, bro. And yeah, that's why I enjoy seeing those type of things happen where you get that instant karma. Because it just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. Like, at some point, somebody would have had to have, stopped me. Like, hey, this dude is hating on you. You know what I'm saying? You need to do something. All right. I'd have had to check him. But I'm surprised. I'm not surprised that they didn't even hear about him. Because at this point, he's so far beneath him. Let's see here. Oh. And to close out. Man, listen. So it's a sad day. It's not sad. It's kind of sad, but it's not sad. Mike Tomlinson. Mike Tomlinson has stepped down as the head coach of the Steelers. My twin is no longer going to be the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I don't blame him. You know what I mean? I don't blame him. Like, let's be clear. This last season for them was tumultuous at best. They have been hanging over his head all types of requirements and what he needs to do, what he should do. And it's crazy because it doesn't make sense why you should. Why do I got to win for y'all and y'all can't get me what I need? I asked for a quarterback, and y'all get me a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers that can't hold on to the ball. He can't do a lot. He's done. Like, he's burnt out. But y'all get me this guy, and you make it seem like I'm supposed to coach him to a Super Bowl for his, little go around when he just came from the Jets being trash. So why would you think that he would come to the Steelers and be a savior? Like, yes, he had a flash in the pans. Yes, he had moments where he was doing all right. But that's not what we do in football. Moments don't lead to a Super Bowl. Moments lead to the playoffs. Moments lead to a wild card. That's it. When you are a consistent scoring, you consistent stopping, when you have special teams that's efficient, you have quarterbacks that can manage a game as well as take over a game and be a changer, that's how you get a Super Bowl. But I will say this. There is hope because he did not say he's retiring, but he does want to take a break. So let's see how this works. Hopefully he ends up with my Green Bay Packers because Matt LaFleur he has to go. Has to go. And to all the people that says Matt LaFleur is a good coach, I challenge you. Explain how. Explain how he's a good coach. To who? Because to me, he seems like a two-quarter coach who can't finish a game, who can't get you to the finish line, can't get you to glory. He has schemes to get you up in a game, but he doesn't have schemes to save the game, to take over the game. He depends too much on people who aren't dependable. And that's, to me, the signs of a bad coach. You should be able to read people. To me, an NFL coach should understand and know the proficiencies of his players. And if your kicker can't kick, you don't send him out there to save the game for you. If your kicker can't kick, you go for the jugular. You come up with plays to win. And that is the problem. Matt LaFleur cannot come up with a play to go for the jugular. Matt LaFleur cannot come up with a play to keep the game afloat. He will try some stuff, but he can't come up with a play. And that's your only job that you're not doing. Because, you might have an offensive coordinator, but you're the guy that says yes and no. You're the main guy that takes it all on the chin at the end. So why not have that play or those selected plays in your bag? That's what practice is for. That's what you've sat on this quarterback, pause, for like 3 years, 4 years. Because you had him while you still had Aaron. So you still had time for tutelage, for teaching, and you just did nothing. Because that's still basically his same natural progression. He settled down, he's able to make throws, but his vision isn't the best. Because what is his reads? What are your reads? Who do you have to throw to besides two people, and one stays hurt and the other one has a big stupid helmet that's probably he can't turn his head around? So what are we talking about here, y'all? Show me how. I'll take it in essay form. I'll take a video. I'll take a short. I'll take whatever you have. But somebody needs to show me what makes this man a good coach before I can say, oh, yeah, you're right. We don't need a new coach. Because Mike Tomlinson would be a great coach at the Packers. Great coach for the Packers. But we will see. All right, y'all. Man, it's an awesome time today. Thank y'all for joining me. Again, man, if you like the session, man, you like the podcast, man, again, with this setup, I'm definitely going to have more coming in the new year. But right now, let me revel in it because it feels good. It feels good. Let me show you. Hey. It feels good. It feels good. The 2-camera setup. Listen, man, if you're a streamer, if you're a creator, and you know, like I know, for a person who started this, 4 years ago and started with one camera and couldn't even get it to last longer than 30 minutes. That's why I'm on my old sessions are under 30 minutes. You'll see when you get to a point where you can make a full episode or something, multi-camera view, lights, everything, your whole production is coming together, you will be so proud of yourself. I'm going to sleep so well tonight knowing this was my first podcast of the year, but also that my setup is becoming more complete. And I want to thank each and every subscriber, all 149 of you, even the active inactives, even the ones who aren't subscribed, but y'all check me out all the time. Hey, man, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for keeping me in the drive to keep doing what I'm doing. And in fact, give yourself a round of applause. You deserve it. And don't you forget it. The session, Movie Time, King Media, Geek Set, we wouldn't be nothing without y'all. So, thank you. And thank you for watching. Till next time, man, y'all have a blessed one.